Lucy?
Yeah.
Oh, we're live.
We're live, Glenn, and you're just babbling on.
So
So what was that recipe, Glenn?
It was 2 quarts of gin and 1 ice cube.
Awesome.
That's it.
So we are live. This is Glenn Kellaway from the basement. You may know him, unless it's your first time watching this live stream. And below, it's an honor to have on my channel for the first time, even though he did not pay the $20 fee, is Rich Strickler.
Thank you, Larry. Great
You're
to be here with
Rich.
you legends. I feel like I'm in elite company here. Thank you very
And
much.
I have your channel in the link of the description. Tell us a little bit about your channel, but don't go over 10 minutes.
No, I won't. I'll keep it brief. I've been doing this about a year. I started December 7th of 2020. So I'm into the rankings, lists, that type of thing. I love doing collaborative videos. I work with Glenn on a sports show we call Sports Beat every Friday with Aaron Mutha-Alamere and Randall Nelson, 2 other VC members. Great guys. I've done some collaborations with Sam St. John, who I know you know.
Yep.
We've done the band and Tom Petty. Done a lot of movie stuff with my other buddies, Doc and Brian. And Gary, Physical Format Rock and Roll. We've done The Who, The Stones, The Kinks, Zeppelin, Bob Seger, The Doors. So just I'm into singer-songwriter and classic rock music. That's pretty much what I do, 60s and 70s predominantly. I'm not much on modern music,
No.
except for the artists that are carried over from the old days. So
Yeah.
I'm an old fuddy-duddy.
And Glenn, tell us about your channel.
Glenn Kellaway from the basement, and I'm an old fuddy-duddy, much like my friend Rich, and just enjoy talking about it, any kind of music, except for rap and opera. Other than that, I'm pretty good. So we might talk about bluegrass or jazz or classic rock or whatever I happen to be into at the time, and love commenting back and forth. And
Right.
And then you two do a sports related thing on Rich's channel.
yes,
so tell us
every
about
week.
that.
Go ahead, Glenn. Talk about that.
Well, we started a channel. Actually, Rich and I were doing a music video with Sam St. John, who comes on with us on Larry's live chats. And we were waiting for Sam. We started talking about sports because we're both sports fans. And then we thought, geez, we could make this a regular thing, just sit and shoot the breeze about sports. So we've been doing it now for about probably 2 months or more. And we have 2 other gentlemen, Randall Nelson and Aaron Mutha-Alamere, both who have great channels. The 4 of us get together every week, and we come up with kind of a topic like greatest quarterbacks in history of the NFL or whatever, and then we pick who we think are going to win the upcoming games of the week, and we just talk sports, whatever comes into our heads for half an hour. And it's fun.
And you talk about the history of synchronized swimming.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. My phone's ringing, but I'm not answering.
Don't answer it, Glenn.
Even though it's
me.
my daughter, I mean,
yeah,
my wife will get it.
Yeah.
Maybe she won't.
We're just sitting here. I think that's annoying, Glenn.
It is annoying.
We're waiting for Sam St. John. He's supposed to be here for a bit, too. There's a question for you, Glenn.
Yes, I'm from the same town as Larry's from, Trenton, Ontario.
He's 7 minutes away.
Yeah, Larry and I are neighbors, kind of.
Yeah.
Close enough. Baseball, football are probably the 2 biggest discussion points. Rich and I are both hockey fans. The other 2 guys aren't, so we try and sneak a little hockey in there too. And yeah, whatever comes up. I mean, I love tennis and whatever. We'll talk about anything, but hockey and I'd say baseball and football are our biggest ones. Yeah, nice. Good day, Larry, Glenn, Rich, and Chat. Who's Chat?
Chat.
And why does he get
there's
to be
a question
capitals?
For me, Glenn. Don't be jealous. Canadian Studmuffin. Who would you all say is more important for music in general between Frank Zappa and Miles Davis? I'd have to say Frank Zappa.
That's a loaded question.
Well, I'd have to say Miles Davis has had more.
He was more important.
A bigger reach. I don't know if he's more important depending what kind of music you're into. Hockey, yes. Go Leafs, go.
Flyers,
Rich is
babe.
a Flyers. They suck this year, man.
They do.
I don't know who Chad is.
Who is Chad?
Chad hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah.
Miles?
Miles. Got to be Miles.
Skippy Hippie says Miles.
Yeah.
Just Robert S. says Miles Davis.
Yeah. I don't really think it's even a close comparison, to be honest with you. His impact on the world of jazz is.
What do you think of George Michael's music? He was very talented. Not my kind of music, but he was talented.
Yeah, not into.
We have another guest
stuff, but who is it? I see a round circle.
He's a round circle today. Miles.
Special secret guest. We got to guess who it is.
Claude Rains.
I'm drawing a blank so far.
You know what? I do like soccer, but I don't follow it as closely as I'd like to. I wish I could see more Premier League games. I would probably watch most of those. I root for Liverpool because of the Beatles thing and everything. I've always rooted for Liverpool. And yeah. Zappa's
Sam
amazing.
St. John. He's trying to come into the live chat.
What is he, in a car or something?
That is,
what the hell's he
really
in? An
loves
airplane?
the roof of your car.
He looks like he's in an airplane or something. He's hovering over the city.
I saw his visor. He's in a car.
I haven't seen the beer promos.
I did. I saw the latest one.
I haven't seen them.
It's funny. They're just ad-libbing and being funny. And
well, is there a Rush? Is there Rush beer or something out now?
Rush beer, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yep.
Maybe I should start drinking again. It sounds like fun. At Round Circle. Merry Christmas, Derek.
I got the complete Twilight Zone series on Blu-ray. The case broke apart and a disc was missing. That is weird.
That is weird.
That is like a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah. Really? What a great show, though, eh? The Twilight Zone. I would love to see that. That box set would be cool.
Sam, are you settling in yet?
Say that again.
Are you settling in yet?
Sam, you're ruining the whole flow of the show was going so well.
Yeah, and then you dropped in with your bad connection.
Give me just a second. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Sam is a robot.
Whatever he said.
What was your guys' opinions on the Glenn Johns mix on the Let It Be Super Deluxe? It was okay. It wasn't. I preferred the original 1970.
Really, I think I prefer the new one because I like the vocals are a bit more in the
but
mix.
I think he means the. Okay.
Yeah, he means the mix of the music and the vocals.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Oh, is he? That's cool. That's soccer, Larry.
Yeah. Boo Michael.
Boo Michael. Sam St. John, how much do you love the roof of your car? Well, looked like he was making love to it there for a few minutes.
and he really should wear some clothes.
Yeah.
Jeff, has anyone tried the new Rush beer? I don't think I can because it would have to be gluten-free.
There you go.
Jeff, I haven't. I've kind of given up drinking since August, and I had the odd one, but I might fall off the wagon for a Rush beer. I'm going to see if I can find it. That'd be cool to have for Christmas. Goodbye, Sam. Glenn and Rush Ginger Ale.
Where is Sam? It's a mystery.
Sam's just finishing up with his car, and then he'll be with us in a few minutes. Tottenham Hotspur will be your team. Checked out. No, I can't be a Liverpool fan.
Excuse my ignorance, but I never really understood Elvis being the king of rock and roll after going back and listening to his tunes. I wholeheartedly disagree. Was it just because of the times? Thoughts? I mean, he's not my favorite music-wise, but as a performer, I think he was the best.
as a performer
As
and
a
as an
performer.
interpreter of other people's songs,
Yeah.
because Elvis
Yeah.
wrote very few songs, and whenever any of his, from what I understand, any of the names that he's got written on there as an author, he bought those songs to put his name on them. And I would say the king of rock and roll is Chuck Berry.
It's hard to argue.
So who came, like, there's Little Richard, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Chuck Berry. Do you know how they, like, who came first, like,
Rich,
for
you can answer that
recording
one.
and everything?
They all pretty much came along at the same time. I think Elvis was more marketable, especially back in the 50s. TV was new. You know, he had what appealed to middle America, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what sold. So he went on Ed Sullivan or whatever the hot show was at the time and did his thing. They were all fantastic. Chuck Berry wrote his own material, so he gets a thumbs up from me. And Little Richard did too. Little Richard, more scandalous with the makeup and, you know, the femininity kind of thing. It wasn't playing big back in those days, but all three are monsters. Fats Domino was terrific too. All those early rock and roll guys were great.
Bo Diddley. Yeah.
Bo Diddley. You know, and then when the Teenage Idol thing, they tried to market Ricky Nelson a lot. And yeah, that was a whole transitional period. And then Elvis went in the war. Scandal for Jerry Lee with the cousin or whatever happened there. And Chuck Berry had issues for a while. The early rock and rollers were on the downswing, and they tried to bring in the cutesy teen idols like the Fabians and the Rick Nelsons and so forth. And then it was kind of a dead period until the Beatles came on the scene in the early 60s, you know?
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
That's exactly right. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I agree with you 100%.
Should Don't Let Me Down be on Let It Be or not? Yes. Should have been.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Big mistake. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, Rush Whiskey.
Yeah, no, that sounds better. I would go with that too. I'm more of a whiskey guy. No, I don't know anything about rugby, but remember playing it in school and getting my ass kicked. or my shins kicked, I should say.
Question for all of you. Epic music battles. Number 1, Genesis versus Yes versus Rush. My favorite of them is Yes.
Yes, Rush, Genesis, if I had to name the three.
Yeah.
Mine would be Yes, Genesis, Rush. I'm not a Rush fan, but I know I'm in the minority. I like Yes. I think they're fantastic musicians. And Genesis is, you know, you got the two divisions. You got the Gabriel and they got the Collins.
It's funny. Yes, on the Rush beer, it would be cool if they did signings or something. When Dan Aykroyd bought a winery, he did when the first wines came out, he did a tour in Toronto of a bunch of liquor stores. And I had a friend at work who was lived near one of the liquor stores he was going. And I said, "Can you get me a bottle of wine?" And sure enough, she came in the next day with. I still have it. It's a bottle of Dan Aykroyd Cab Sauvignon with the Dan's signature on it. It's cool. But yeah, Rush should do some more promo for that. Lingo McCarrison.
Merry Christmas
I love that
to
name.
you too. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. It's a time for joy and peace.
Well, that's why I'm drinking wine, Glenn. I usually don't drink wine during a live chat. Agreed. I'm not sure what, but he agrees.
Yes, we too.
Crystal Palace fan.
Crystal Palace fan.
John Lennon
they do this
king
year?
Of rock and roll to me. Elvis ruled. Yeah.
Yes.
He did.
I agree.
Yeah.
Elvis ruled.
You can't slam him.
No.
Any of you watched and enjoyed the neo-Western crime drama Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been trying to get Molly to get into it, but the first episode, it takes 2 or 3 shows to really get into it.
Yeah.
So you
I
got
just want to say quickly, Breaking Bad is the best series I've ever seen, bar none, even better than The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. They're pretty much tied for me, 1A and 1B, but those two. And do you guys watch Better Call Saul then as well?
I do not.
Oh, you got it. You got to watch it. The first season, really slow. You just go, this isn't nearly as good as Breaking Bad. But from season 2, it's almost as good as Breaking Bad.
I have to get on that then.
You gotta.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he wasn't talented.
No, but he's a great performer, and yeah. It's Christmas, Glenn. Fall off the wagon. I
fall
know
off
it's going
the
to
wagon,
happen. I
Glenn.
will be. My daughter and her boyfriend are coming over Christmas Day, and I know damn well I'm going to fall off the wagon. I already know it. I don't think I can hop on. My phone mic is terrible. Sorry, fellas. Enjoy.
Sam, you were
Yeah.
such a disappointment.
Yeah.
I was looking
Let's-
forward to Sam.
Let's stop. Let's stop the live chat, and it's over without
Yeah.
Sam. Sorry,
That sucks.
buddy.
Sorry, Sam.
Elvis is the king simply because they felt calling him a god would be disrespectful. They should have gone for a god. Now,
Oh.
Eric Clapton is God.
Is he like a Greek god?
Or he's a wanker.
Elvis? I don't know if Elvis was a
Little,
god. But...
little Richard said he invented rock and roll.
Well,
He has-
you know, you
he
could
has said that.
He's right up there.
make an argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him and Jerry Lee Lewis, they got along. They were like friends, which is nice. Glenn, I totally agree with Chuck Berry.
Yes.
Yeah, I
I should
have
do-
to agree too.
I should do a video on that sometime. Who is the real king of rock and roll?
Mm.
Yeah, Fats Domino. Yeah.
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 Either Chuck Berry or Little Richard should be considered the king of rock and roll. They actually wrote their own material.
Yeah.
That's true.
And how much bigger would they have been if black people back in those days? I mean, they were kept off
Yeah.
white radio, basically. If
Yeah.
you want to call
And
it
Pat
white
Boone
radio.
was
I mean, they had
Little
to kind
Richard
of come
songs,
up,
Yeah.
you know, in the South, right?
Yeah.
And then
In
they
early TV, the advertisers wanted a white performer. I mean, let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
why
they
all
had
the-
Pat Boone doing
Pat
Bebop
Boone.
Alula.
Oh, Bopalulu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What was Chuck Berry's piano player name? He's got I can't think of his
Johnson,
name.
something Johnson, I think.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Chuck Berry versus Jerry Lee Lewis versus Little Richard versus Elvis Presley.
I put them in order 1 through 4. How you going to go? That's tough.
I don't know.
I'm going
I'm
Chuck.
Going-
I'm going to go Chuck, Elvis, Richard, Jerry Lee. That's my order.
Really, I'm thinking of how I would like to listen to them. So I think it would be Chuck, Little Richard, Elvis, and Jerry Lee.
Good one.
The Rock and Roll Wars.
Yes.
Yeah, Roy Orbison. There's
Oh
another
yeah.
one.
But,
Love Roy.
yeah.
But he wasn't as much like rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was more
Yeah.
poppy.
Yeah.
But he was such a great.
He was
talent.
unique. Roy Orbison was
Yeah.
unique.
Great.
Elvis, with 2 V's, became the king because he was white. There's a lot to be said about
There's
that.
truth to that. Absolutely.
Yep. Yep. Yes, please. This looks like Hollywood Squares. I'll take Phil McCracken
To block.
That's good.
Oh, Phil McCracken. For those that don't know who Phil McCracken is, he's an old character of mine I had on my channel. He used to do like guitar lessons, and even though he didn't know how to, he'd name I'd have him name the strings, and they'd be wrong, right? And some people would think the character was real, and I'd say, "Your name, those aren't the right way. Those aren't the right strings." Get all upset.
That's funny. Yes, it's exciting, Michael. Yes, Canada's going to be in the World Cup for the first time in like almost like 30 years, 26 years.
Wow.
We're actually battling now for a position, and we actually have a good team because we have a star, like a world-class soccer player that finally from Canada, Alphonso Davies, who plays for Munich, I think, for his full-time job. But he's been involved with Team Canada, and we've beaten Mexico, the U.S. I forget. We've beaten a whole bunch of top teams, and we're getting like this is going to be pretty exciting.
Very cool.
I think Rush is one of the most talented bands ever, like for the musicianship.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what got me into them was, just how good they are as musicians. Geddy Lee
I do
is
not
just,
like the band, no.
But do you like the band? No.
Get on there, Sam. You're my only Tom Petty.
No,
Hey, we
no,
all love
Rich.
Tom Petty.
I'm a
Mr.
huge Tom
Strickler
Petty
here
fan.
is a huge Tom Petty guy.
Sam and I
David.
did a Tom Petty video. You can go on my channel, and we did a top 20 songs about 3 months ago. Came out really well.
Chuck Berry versus. Oh, that's
It's
odd that
Larry
Larry
skipped over my question.
What question?
Just please realize I don't skip over any questions, but the chat gets busy, and so I do. I will miss a question or two, but
It's
not
not
on
intentional,
purpose.
is what he's saying.
It's
Right.
usually not intentional. Just ordered a bunch of the Rush beer and a few awesome
pint glasses from Henderson Brewing
Brewing.
Company. Damn, this Canadian pricing. Cool. Where are you from, Jeff?
He'll let you know there. Favorite rock and roll Christmas song?
It's a good one. Oh, baby.
I generally hate
Probably the John and
Christmas
Yoko
music,
song.
so I'm having a hard time. Good one.
Yeah.
I'll
That
go
is
with
a
that.
good one, Larry.
So this is Christmas.
I'll go with it. Hat trick.
Yeah, that would be so cool. I could see myself lining up to go to do that.
Y'all think Pink Floyd's Wall might be a ripoff of The Who's Tom? I brought this up on TJR. He did a whole video on it.
I've never
don't
thought
know.
about that. Like, in what way? Just because it's an opera, like a rock opera of some kind, like a story? Musically, it's not similar in the least.
They're not in the same ballpark,
No.
really, musically. No.
Yeah.
Glenn.
20
I
pounds,
got to
Larry.
split this 3 ways. Merry Christmas, Larry. Not you guys, just me. Merry Christmas, Larry. Thanks
Michael,
for making
that's,
my year a better one. Well, thank you very much, Michael. That was very kind of.
That's very generous. Larry deserves it. He's an awesome man.
He's picking up my tab that I owe Larry.
Yeah.
Yellowstone
is good. I'm right in the middle of it now.
Yellowstone. Yellowstone's a great show.
Is that a series?
How far are you into it? Yeah, it's a series on Amazon Prime.
I'm caught up. I watched every episode from day one.
Oh, I'm only in the second season.
Oh, you're going to love it all the way through.
I'm just when they kidnap the kid.
Yes.
When the two bad guys. That's where I am right now.
Okay.
Great
What's it about?
It's almost, I'm going to say, a modern day Dallas, but that doesn't really describe it. It takes place in Montana on a ranch, and this family, that's the Dutton family, and all these bad guys are trying to take their land, or they're trying to build stuff adjacent to their land, and there's all these killings and freaking plots and family issues. It's really, really well done. It's really
well
good.
done. A lot of Indian stuff too, as far as reservations and native, the sacred land, and they're building their ranch on it, and
a
lot of ins and outs, backstabbing, and great family drama too.
Yeah, yes. I spent some time in Montana. Actually, I've been to Great Falls and Bozeman and all those places. Pretty cool.
Beautiful.
Pretty cool state. Very nice.
Yeah. It's silly that you can legally cultivate weed plants at home,
but I still can't distill my own whiskey at home. So here's a little story. When I lived in Alberta, you could go to the distillery and you could buy an oak cask, like a big barrel, that they made whiskey in. When they were done with them, they would sell them. And you had to sign a thing that you wouldn't use it, because people would buy them and cut them in half, have two halves, and use them as planters and stuff, right, in their properties and stuff. So, but what a lot of people were doing is you went and you had to sign a waiver saying you wouldn't make any illegal spirits using the whiskey, because the whiskey is actually soaked in the wood. So they called it swish. So you had to take, of course, I went and made the whiskey. You had to take it and you had to put the barrel on its side, and you had to put, there was like a recipe. You had to put so much water and so much whatever else into it. And every day you had to turn the barrel like an eighth of a turn. And you did this for like about 2 or 3 months. I don't know, maybe longer. And then you poured it all out and you had whiskey. And it was damn close to being the same whiskey. Like, it was strong enough that you enjoyed it.
Cool.
And it was $20.
Wow. Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get her to watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
That's
Tell her
a
it's
show
better than Coronation Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad hooked me from episode 1. Even though the first year wasn't as great as some of the others. As soon as I saw that first episode, I was in.
Yeah.
Don't get me going on Eric Clapton. He's turned into such a dick.
His music is great, though, even though he's a
Yeah,
dick.
it is. I know, but Daily Nightly.
My favorite is Sweet Young Thing. I'm not sure if he wrote that though, did he? Sweet Young Thing. I think
I'm drawing a blank.
Or Papa Jean's Blues.
Papa John's
Papa
Blues he
John.
wrote. Yeah, that's probably my favorite one too. And even though it's a monkey song, his can I show you? I just got this. I was in the record store yesterday and found this used. Mike,
Just a second.
Nesmith fans out there.
You're on the solo. Oh yeah.
Okay, Mike Nesmith, Infinite Rider on the Big Dogma.
Yeah.
I got it for $10, Larry.
Cool.
Very cool. I have all this stuff on CD, but if I can find these albums cheap, I'll buy them. And it's still got the shrink wrap on it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so pretty excited.
Cool.
Take me off of there. I'm getting scary looking.
I like Different Drum that he wrote, Linda Ronstadt song.
Oh, yeah, great song.
I just love the whole vibe of that song, and her voice is fantastic.
Yeah.
Thoughts on a Hard Day's Night? I love it. Same with Help. I think Hard Day's Night is better than Help overall, but they're both fun movies.
I think Hard Day's Night's more artistically better, but I think Help is funnier.
Who would you all say is the best solo artist between Phil Collins and Sting? Phil Collins, for me. Not that I'm a big fan of his solo career, but
that's an even draw for me.
I'm going to pick Sting just because I think he's more talented, and he at least he branched out and tried to do some jazzy stuff. And Buddy Holly,
Buddy Holly,
yeah, we forgot.
We mentioned him. He was in that mix too, and then of course the plane crash.
Yeah.
Great. I love that movie too with Gary Busey as Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It was good. Yeah, really good movie.
Glenn, this one's for you. You got to read it. You ready?
Okay, Larry. I loves the parks. Something like that.
Of course. I'll write that down.
So who's the is that George Costanza is the real king?
Yeah.
Chuck, Richard, Jerry, Elvis.
Wow, Elvis
that works.
Woo.
How about Buddy Holly? Yeah, absolutely.
Gene Vincent,
Eddie Cochran, they're all great.
Yeah, they died too soon.
In a metal mood.
Yeah, he did that metal album. I've never heard it.
What would the moniker be for the Beatles if the King of Rock and Roll title is taken up? What would suit the Beatles? The greatest.
The Fab Four. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moniker for the Beatles.
Bring back Phil McCracken, Glenn.
I would, Larry.
Maybe I'll do a New Year's Eve live chat or something. A Phil McCracken Christmas show.
That would be fun. What's your opinion on a Phil McCracken Christmas album? Would be better.
Yeah, I did a ranking and review of all of his albums, and I just admired him more after I listened all the way through his discography. And Diamond Dogs is excellent. I love it.
It's might be his heaviest album. Would you say? Rockin'?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
I like Diamond Dogs too.
Yeah, I like all his albums up through Young Americans, and the later stuff not as much. That's just me.
Larry, how are the cats?
Well, I'll go get one of the cats.
Rich, do you have any pets?
I have a cat.
What's his name or her name?
Her name is Juno.
Juno.
Like the movie Juno? Yeah.
Smile, Jinx.
Oh, look at that. Look at the smile on Jinx. She's smiling.
Cute.
Jinx is wishing everybody a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Look at the scratches on my arms from being at Larry's yesterday with that stupid, miserable cat.
Take a piece out of
me. I have a dog. His name's Peyton.
Yeah.
I had dogs growing up, and then my wife and I are more partial to cats, so I'm a cat.
I'm torn right now. I'm not sure who my best friend is, my dog or Larry. It's a toss-up.
If Toronto could get
statement.
some pitching, they would be great.
I
They
agree.
did get some pitching. They just signed. I'm drawing a blank now. They signed a guy from the Giants,
Yeah, what's his name?
and then they signed a reliever too.
But they lost Robbie Ray too.
They
so.
lost Robbie Ray. Their pitching's going to be fine because they got Pearson is going to be good this year. It's going to be a starter.
Yeah.
Manoa. They still got Ryu.
They have a great team.
They're going to have a good team this year. Playoff bound.
I agree.
Put your money on it. Alfonso, one of the few times lately when my favorite soccer team didn't suck. Amy man, guess what one's time stands still.
Here's your answer from Jeff Glenn. It took a while, but here it is. He's from
LA. He ordered
where
beer.
Sparks are from, Glenn.
Wow. He ordered the Rush beer from Canada at LA. Pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Jeff, Larry, and I would have driven it down if you would have invited us.
Yeah. I wonder if Jeff is a fan of Sparks.
No, because he drinks beer. Those Junction area. Or Henderson's Best is terrific beer. Oh, cool. Wish you could leave a YouTube link here.
No links.
Well, just
Glenn?
no. My parents love Yellowstone.
Smart people.
Yeah, it's a good show. Prequel to Yellowstone, 2 episodes in. I didn't know that.
Well, you have to catch up before you can see that. So I think once after season 4, you'll be watching.
That's how the Duttons became the owners of the.
That was a good song.
I used to Zoom work meetings. I actually answered you when you asked where I'm from. I thought I heard you.
Yeah, I've heard of Shocking Blue. Yeah,
yes.
Very underrated.
Venus.
Yeah, Venus was their big hit.
They had a big hit in late '69. Venus, good song.
I don't think. I mean, I think a lot of his later stuff is, but you got to think. I mean, geez, Cream and the stuff he did with John Mayall and the stuff he did with the Yardbirds and Derek and the Dominoes.
He would keep leaving the band.
Blind Faith. I mean,
like Blind Faith was my favorite.
Well, because I think he's a bit of a dick.
Yeah, I think he alienates people and he moves on, or they throw him out or whatever. But his music is fantastic.
Yeah. Did that with a whiskey barrel Glenn. Called it Swish. Yeah, that's it. Swish. That's how long ago I was doing it, back in the early 80s. Oh, Neil Young. Yeah, I think Neil Young's way better
I
than
would
Clapton.
take Neil Young. Neil Young over Clapton for me, too.
Yeah, if I had to give up one catalog for another. My main man Glenn, who keeps fighting the good fight, and 5 for the newbie rich.
Thank you.
You'll remind me, Glenn, okay?
I like being a newbie.
Because I might forget.
Larry, over the past 4 or 5, you must owe me $100 by now.
There is a channel I won't mention, and on
Michael,
some
you're a
weekends,
good guy.
On some weekends, he'll have his viewers every $90 he'll take a shot of tequila.
Wow.
And there's times he'll get hundreds of dollars and he'll take shots and be drunk and everything.
Loaded. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I might
that should not even be allowed on YouTube.
I could do that in a live chat. I can handle my liquor. That'd be good.
I don't need any money. I'll just drink.
Yeah.
I thought about doing some medical marijuana and doing a video. Maybe my ratings will get better. I'll get wacky and stuff. But
Well, thank you very much, Michael. Again,
very kind.
Michael's a very generous man. Cruise and Aka Sunset Sam. Love that song, and the video is hilarious. I don't think I've seen the video.
You have to pay to get a question in.
Yes.
I think he's asking about the other channel I was talking about. No, but people would just donate money, and he would write down their names, and he'd have a list and how much they paid and show it. It's just so pathetic.
Wow, Larry, I think it's a genius idea.
I'm gonna do it next time.
Oh, we gotta.
Every $90, I'll take a shot of tequila.
We'll do that together at your place. We'll just grab a couple of bottles of tequila and
we'll be rich, Glenn.
And listen to Sparks. Some of Shelley Blues is a great song and been covered a few times too by the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
Oh,
Larry, does
That
he
was a
look like
shot.
Walter White? Let's see. Well, Walter White's
I-
not a bad-looking guy.
I can see a little bit of that now. That you
is
mention
Walter White very handsome? I never
He
realized.
is actually. It's the guy who played Tim Watley, the dentist on
it.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Buddy Guy, yeah, amazing guitar player. I saw Buddy Guy at in a club in Toronto back in like 1969 or 70, and he plays. In those days, they didn't have the monitors and all that stuff. He had his guitar cord, and his guitar cord was about 100 feet long, and he would stand on stage and play, and then he would walk off the stage and he would walk through the crowd, and he would walk out onto Yonge Street, and he'd play out on the street to get people to come in and watch him, and he'd be out there just
Wow.
wailing away. It was
Whoa.
amazing.
Favorite Motown artist? That's a good question.
Motown hat, see that?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Detroit.
Who's your favorite Motown artist, guys?
Oh man, I love Motown music.
My
I'm gonna
favorite
say
is the Temptations. I love the Temptations.
I'm a Four Tops guy.
I love them too.
Mr. Stubbs there, what a singer.
Levi Stubbs, nobody has a voice like that. Let's face it.
Oh,
Marvin Gaye ain't shabby either.
and Stevie Wonder. There's a bunch of them.
They're all great.
Yeah, I don't mind any Beatles cover bands as long as they're not trying to look like the Beatles.
Do you like the Beatles cover bands doing Christmas songs, doing
I
Beatles?
don't
I've
care.
never heard. I don't even know. Not aware.
No, you don't have to pay. I'm just trying to spread the Christmas spirit. That's right. On my channel, you do not have to give me money. I'll still answer your question for free, unlike
Well,
other channels.
I expect. I'm a big YouTube star now, Larry, because of
I
you,
know
and
you are.
I expect personal appearance money now
I
when
know.
I come on. My manager will be contacting me.
On the Carpenters. No, the
Carpenters.
Carpenters. We've only just begun.
To live, white lace and
Oh, they were very talented.
I like
mean,
them, even
Not
though
really
they're
my
soft,
kind of music, but Karen
soft
Carpenter.
rock, but they.
And she was a
did
good
great job.
drummer too.
Karen
Yeah,
Carpenter,
you know
a
what? They
voice.
were probably pretty talented. It wasn't my type of music because I'm not into that poppy stuff like that. But I got utmost respect for them, and very sad that Karen Carpenter had to deal with the eating disorders and stuff. It's
Yeah, she had a
Yeah.
great voice.
too bad.
Fantastic.
Yep, Todd Rundgren. Yeah, Glenn.
You know, I've never listened to a Todd Grunt. I hate
Yeah.
that song "Hello, It's Me"
Yep.
that he had a hit of. I hated it.
Yeah.
And I've never been a Todd Rundgren fan
Well,
because of that
that's
song.
not really-
and I know
that's just-
the man has a huge
Yeah.
resume, and I
Yeah.
just ignore him. And I'm
Yeah.
sure he's talented as hell.
I love it. That's a hot take.
For Kings of EMI.
The Beatles. That's supposed to be a Beatles thing for the
name.
Kings.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Merry Christmas, Larry. Thank you, Randy Morchin.
Rich and I don't have to say Merry Christmas to Randy.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Don't say Merry Christmas to them because they're a bunch of losers.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't believe in Christmas. Bah, humbug.
Yeah, Aladdin singing.
I just like the presents.
I listened to Pat Boone's cover of Panama. It's the greatest song of all
Oh
time.
boy.
That's funny.
Jinx is an awesome cat. Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah. You didn't see the scratches on my arm.
You guys should start a band with all of your cats and call yourselves Scratchy
Scratching posts.
That's cute.
That is good.
Yeah, Carpenters. Yeah, I understand. You make errors when you're typing.
Oh yeah, I'm like
We're
Thumbs
just joking.
McKnuckles on that.
We just
stupid
joke
thing.
on this channel.
Yeah.
Santana seemed to have continued where Richie Valens tragic.
Well, I mean, they're both, I guess, of Spanish descent.
There's always a Sparks connection. That's right, Rockaholic.
Yeah, there's sparks between Larry and I know that.
Well,
They're tangible.
yeah.
Yeah, I love the Traveling
Yep.
Wilburys. What a great
Yeah.
album.
Yep.
For Mexican rock. Yeah, you got. I would say it got a little more psychedelic and guitar driven, but
Larry, can you give my friend Reese Monroe a shout out? Thanks from USA. I don't do shout-outs unless I get some money. No, I'm just joking. Hello, Reese Monroe. Merry Christmas from the Canadian Studmuffin. There. I hope that was good.
Very nice.
Now, Reese Monroe's probably sitting at home now, just like thrilled that the stud muffin wished him Merry Christmas. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it said my name.
Yeah. Guess who? Yeah.
Just like you did when I said your name the first time. You just went.
I went all flush and
no. But yeah, it's nice. I'm not making fun of anybody.
No.
No, we joke around, but we're not making fun of anybody. Get that? Sometimes maybe I know my humor can come across as obnoxious, Glenn, but I'm just trying to have laughs. So thank you, David and Reese. Yeah. Top 5 Canadian artists of all time. Number 1, Rush. Number 2, Neil Young. Number 3, Tragically Hip. Number 4, Gordon Lightfoot. Number 5, The Guess Who. Wrong.
I don't know how I would do that. I would think The Guess Who's number 1.
Yeah, The Guess Who would be number 1 for me.
Neil Young.
Neil Young's Canadian, but it always just gets me. I mean, he went to the States, so I always like to think of the Canadian bands that stayed here.
Yeah.
Like the Guess Who, Gordon Lightfoot, Rush, Tragically Hip.
The Northern Pikes.
Lowest of the. They all stayed here. That's.
Yep.
Yeah,
the Guess Who, Rush, the Northern Pikes, Neil Young, the Guess Who.
Joni's Canadian too, but she bailed, right? Joni Mitchell.
Yeah. You guys are welcome to come and visit me in LA anytime. My Canadian lady friend, St. Catharines, and I would show you around the town. And yes, I'm a huge Sparks fan, Glenn.
We have to remember that. I would love to go to LA. Never been.
Are you going to remember that he's a huge Sparks fan?
Yeah, I can put up with Sparks if he'll put up with me and tour me around town. He can play Sparks in the car all day. Lars Bonnet or Bonnet. I wonder which one.
Yeah. Well, thank you for dropping by.
Being the French Canadian I am, I had to say it about Bonnet.
Finland.
Larry, did one of the Sparks brothers ever consider doing a solo album? No, I don't think they ever would. I don't think they would, because they get along.
Yeah, imagine the one guy, he'd just do an instrumental piano album. The other guy would just do a cappella opera album.
Yeah.
It would be kind of weird. What do you think about Ronald Reagan? We don't want to talk politics on this channel, do we? Yeah, he's a good actor.
Mediocre actor, that's what I think.
Yeah, he's a B actor. Bedtime for Bonzo. That's his classic.
Exactly.
ABBA song. I love ABBA.
ABBA's so sexy.
Yeah, they are amazing. Just don't ask me which one of my favorite is my favorite ABBA person. Yeah, Buddy Guy's great to see live. Amazing. Stevie Wonder is incredible. I saw him open for the Stones in 1972.
Wow, what a show! Smokey, good too.
Smokey's amazing. Yeah.
Jose. Yeah. Oh.
No,
I didn't know he was signed.
What about Rare Earth?
I love that.
They were good.
Rare Earth they were all white guys, right?
Yes, they were.
They were on the Motown label. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Close to You. Yeah, they're big hits. Met Karen Carpenter in a restaurant in the 70s and told her she had a unique voice. She did. She had a gorgeous voice.
Angelic.
She just did.
Very beautiful.
Yeah. Listen to Deface the Music by Barney Gordon.
I think that might be the album where one side of it, he does Beatles songs, like he does Strawberry Fields Forever, and he does it just so well, right? And it's just him doing them.
Hey, you guys like Hall & Oates?
Yeah, I like their hits.
Well, from my hometown, Philadelphia. That's where they're from.
I'm a fan, and I think Daryl Hall's got one of the greatest voices of all time. Like, I just love his voice. Yeah. But I bought this album because I'm a huge King Crimson fan. I don't know if you know it or not, but after after a couple of years of them making hits in the 70s, 1977, Daryl Hall was getting a bit like he wanted to do something a little different than the Hall & Oates stuff. And he wanted to make a solo album, and he hired Robert Fripp from King Crimson to produce it.
Wow.
And they did an album together called Sacred Songs. They recorded it in 77. The record company hated it and refused to release it. It didn't get released till 1980 and didn't do that well, but it's a neat album, but it's not commercial. And anyway, at the same time, Robert Fripp was also producing Peter Gabriel's second solo album. And then he made an album himself. It was kind of like a trilogy he was working on. And I got it yesterday, too. It's called Exposure.
Yeah.
It's Robert Fripp.
Yeah.
And I just got it yesterday, and it's a really cool album. So Daryl Hall, like most of these songs are Daryl Hall penned because that weren't on the Daryl Hall album. It's actually a really good record. Exposure. It's really different.
Yeah.
There's my education for the day.
I like early Deep Purple.
Me too.
Yeah. And I never got into Rainbow.
No, me neither.
Yeah. Yep. I like Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
Lindsey Buckingham mainly. Like Rumors and Tusk.
See, I like Peter Green, Fleetwood Mac, the blues stuff before. Rubber Band, they have an album called Christmas the Beat Moz. I have a CD. It's great fun to do a Beatles impression during Christmas songs. Oh, cool. Love Los Lobos. Huge
I saw
fan.
them in concert twice. They opened for U2 in the 80s, and I saw them open for Neil Young in Kingston, Ontario about 10 years ago.
Wow.
They're good.
Hey, Derek Roberts, if you're still watching, I just saw that you were trying to send me an Instagram message, so after we're done here, I'll check. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone in this chat is like, Merry Christmas to Larry and the other guys. Just kidding. Merry Christmas, Glenn and Rich.
Thank you, PJ.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
Larry who?
Because remember, Glenn and the other guy, they're people too.
And the other
Trying to give you a compliment.
I like it. I'll take it.
How close are we to Gloucester? Is that a street in Toronto, or is that an actual town?
I don't know.
God, I think there's isn't there a Gloucester Street in downtown Toronto? I don't know. I don't know where Gloucester is. I think it's near Ottawa or something. If that's the case, how far are we from Ottawa, Larry? About 3-4 hour drive, 3 hour drive?
I guess. April wine.
No, it's just red wine he's drinking.
This is not April wine.
Yeah.
BTO, baby.
BTO, yeah.
I still can't believe On the Beach by Neil Young has only been widely available since 2003, yet it's one of his best. Yeah.
My favorite Neil Young album. Thank you.
I even like his weird ones like Trans and Landing on Water.
That is, you're in a minority there, Larry, I think.
I know. I don't care.
What is favorite Pink Floyd song?
Probably something on their first Bike, maybe.
It might be Set the Controls to the Heart of the Sun. I really like the old psychedelic Floyd stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Going back in the time machine there. Woo!
Yeah. Gatto, yes. Greg Godovitz and I were very good friends. We've lost touch, but we went to the same grew up in the same area. And became really good friends back in like the early 90s and stayed in touch for many years and then kind of lost touch. But Greg's a good guy and Gatto's an awesome band.
Sparks, Annette. Yes, I saw it. I loved it. I know Glenn hasn't seen it, and Glenn wouldn't like it.
I like Annette Funicello. She was my first crush when I was a kid.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the movie. It was good.
Oh yeah, Leonard Cohen.
Yeah, that's a great one there.
He's on Mount Rushmore of Canada.
Absolutely.
A less impressive offer. We'll take any offers.
I love Bob Cajun. I already asked Jason to get me some shoes from Bigley's. I haven't got them yet, Jason.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not sure how good a drummer she was, but she's probably as good as Ringo.
Top 10 British bands. That would
Top
take forever.
10.
I can't think of them at the
Well,
moment.
Beatles,
The Beatles, the Rolling
the
Stones,
Led
Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin, The Who.
The Kinks.
Yes.
Kinks.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, for sure.
King Crimson for me. Although I don't know if they were all British.
But that's some of them.
Yeah, that's some. I mean,
Are there any modern current bands you'd like to see live?
I'd like to take Larry to see Stephen Wilson.
Yes, or Porcupine Tree, because
Yeah.
I'm a big Stephen Wilson fan now.
Yeah.
Porcupine Tree. Yeah. Has Rich heard Porcupine Tree?
No, I have not.
Or Stephen Wilson?
No.
Well, do you like Pink Floyd?
Yes.
Well, then you might actually like Porcupine Tree, and
yeah, you probably would.
Yeah, it's really good. Yep.
I love Cat Stevens.
Yep.
My nephew was over.
Love it.
Go ahead, Rich. Sorry.
I'm sorry. T for the Tillerman, T's are for the Firecat. Masterpieces, both.
Yeah. On the weekend, my nephew Jack is really into music. He's 18 years old, and he just loves coming over here and going through my collection. And I asked him if he'd ever heard Teaser and the Firecat before, or Teaser and the Firecat, and then he hadn't heard it, so we put it on and played it, and he loved it. It's just a great record.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Me neither.
What brand plaid shirts and jeans do you buy, Larry? And what shoes?
That's his pajamas. That's not a.
I'd have to take my shirt off, and I'm not. With Glenn around, I'm not taking my shirt off.
What brand plaid shirts and jeans do you put? Fab Four also has a Beatles Christmas album.
Deface the Music, yeah. All originals in the
version of the Ruddles.
Oh,
what's that mean? It's a Beatles style album?
Faithful, that's it. That's the album where he does Beatles songs.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
But why would anybody want to listen to an album of Beatles covers when you can listen to the Beatles? I don't.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah,
I like the band more than his solo career.
Yeah. The early stuff, up to Killer. After that, I'm done. What
is your favorite Yes album? Glenn's is Magnification.
Well, I'll tell you, it's up there now, Larry.
Yeah. I would say Relayer for me, but Magnification is awesome. And Key Studio.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to go with Close to the Edge still.
I'm going with Fragile. Why not?
Great album.
Yeah. I never got into Dio's Black Sabbath years or his solo career, so I'd have to say Ozzy.
I would have to say Ozzy too, but I'm not I wouldn't call myself an expert on either of them.
Me neither. Comfortably Numb might be the best Floyd song. He's right. Whoever wrote that. That was a good one.
Yeah. Suburb of Ottawa. I was right, Larry. I said Ottawa.
You're always right.
Gloucester. Pronounced Gloucester. Yeah, Gene, that's the best Neil Young album, On the Beach.
Yeah, Reactor. I love that too. Reactor, yep.
Gene, when you're listening to Ambulance Blues on the beach, all the Toronto
That's such
references.
an uplifting song, Glenn.
The Riverboat is Rocking in the Rain is Riverboat is the club he used to play in Toronto and Yorkville in the 60s. And he mentions Proud Isabella. Isabella's a street Neil used to live near at Isabella and Young. And there's a lot of Toronto references in that song.
We all are. Do you really think it's going to take like a year for it to come out on Blu-ray?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's next Christmas.
Why,
next
Glenn?
fall? I don't know.
That sucks.
it depends what else that they've got. Like they don't like to compete with each other. Is there anything else coming up for like anniversary for Beatles or solo Beatles next year?
Well, I'm hoping that McCartney's London Town comes out and Back to the Egg.
And I would not be surprised if they're doing something with Concert for Bangladesh.
Yeah. And sometime in New York for John
They're
and
supposed to be doing a big thing for that.
That'd be good. I like that.
Yeah. So I don't like. I don't think they like to compete.
Yeah.
With.
Yeah.
That's film 2021. There you
It
go,
was very
Rich. You haven't
original.
seen- And what's this about, Larry?
It's Sparks wrote it's a musical, but it's really out there. You know, it's kind of very original. They wrote the soundtrack, they wrote the script, and it's doing pretty well too. Like,
Wow.
getting
Was it
awards
was
and
it
everything.
distributed in the movie theaters?
Yeah,
yet, or-
it was, and then it's on Amazon Prime.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll try and watch it. I have Amazon Prime. You remember the first CD you bought when they were? Yes, I kind of do.
I think it was for me. U2's Joshua. No, U2's. What's it called? Something and hum. Rattle and hum.
Rattle and hum.
Yeah.
First
There-
one for
when
me was John Mellencamp, The Lonesome Jubilee. I think it came out in
Yeah,
80s.
that was good. Yeah.
Something like that.
That's funny because I think the first one I got was John Mellencamp's American. What's the one when we still call them with Jack and Diane on it?
Jack and-
American Fool.
It's called American Fool, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was my first one.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on a new way to listen to bands that wasn't vinyl and tapes?
So would you? I mean, CDs were just incredible when they came out. It was just like mind blowing.
Yeah.
It seemed like it sounded so good. We didn't have the
Yeah.
crackling at the records and everything anymore, and they were so easy to store, and everything was just so perfect.
Yeah.
And then after a while, everybody's going, "Hey, I've missed my records."
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Queen.
I am not a Queen fan.
I am a Queen fan.
It was funny yesterday, Larry, when we did our CD review and we were talking about 10cc, and I was just going, I'm just not a fan of this theatrical type music. And one of the commenters he said it perfectly. He said, Glenn obviously doesn't like kitschy theatricality. I thought, oh, that just describes me perfectly.
Rich, you got a question.
I don't know that I have any weird artists in my collection because I don't go for the avant-garde stuff, but I have a couple compilations. Probably Zappa would be the weirdest for me. I'm not a huge fan like you guys are, but I do have a compilation or two of his. I collect a lot of 60s pop, if you consider that weird. So be it.
Well, I'll tell you, right now, I'd go with the second Arthur Brown Kingdom Come album.
Yeah.
That is, if you haven't heard that album, that's weird.
I qualify.
Glenn and I
Oh
both
my
love
god!
that. Yeah.
And also, like, I'm really into world music, so I got a lot of stuff that people like. I've got what's the guy's name? Abu's his last name. He's like a composer of Algerian soundtracks or something, and plays an album instrument called an ode, and it's just the most beautiful recording. But I mean,
Wow.
it's odd stuff. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Neil in auto tune. Still working on the boots. Bigleys are awesome. Thanks, Jason.
Do you like Pink Floyd, Yes, or Porcupine Tree? I love them all.
So yeah, I like them all. Do I have to
But
rank
in
them?
order, I love Yes first, and then. Well, I still need to hear more Porcupine Tree. So
The only
it'd be
reason
Pink
I would
Floyd.
put Porcupine Tree ahead of Floyd is because I get kind of bored with, like, Dark Side On.
Yeah.
I get bored with it. Like, I've just heard it so much. That's why I like the early stuff.
What?
Now, look who's here.
Look who's there.
Molly.
It's Molly. She's
Molly.
not saying Merry Christmas to me, just to you two.
You're
Have a
going to
great
sit
Christmas,
down with
Molly.
Larry, Molly, and you're going to watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
tell Molly about Breaking Bad.
It's the greatest show ever, and
Ever.
sit through 2 episodes, and after that you'll be completely
You'll be hooked. One show leads to the next. The incredible acting and storytelling. Love it.
Yeah.
And Merry Christmas, Molly, just in case I don't get a chance to.
Trying to find the. I'm all confused. Where are we? There's so many messages here. I might miss one or two. I apologize. How do you feel about Jacob Dylan? I saw him. He played in
Oh,
Belgium
did you?
with other people. Yeah, when they had different bands.
Oh, you're kidding. That would have been
Yeah,
cool.
Burton
With
Cummings.
the wall, so he was with the Wallflowers then,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
that
he's
would have
good.
been cool.
Yeah.
I like
I
his
like Jacob Dylan.
documentary. He did a documentary about.
Echoes in the something or other about the folk rock scene.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Laurel Canyon kind of
Laurel
thing.
Canyon
Yeah, that,
stuff. It was very
that was a
good.
great documentary,
Really
and
enjoyed that.
I like his stuff with the Wallflowers. It's pretty
I
hard to
don't know.
live to be Bob's son. I think
Very much
you're
so,
under a
yeah.
big shadow there.
Hmm.
I haven't heard Barn or David
Me neither.
Crosby's newest album yet. I am very interested in getting Barn, though. I just haven't bought it.
Same here.
Simon and Garfunkel are excellent.
Oh,
I love
incredible.
Simon Garfunkel. Love
Paul
him.
Simon is one of the greatest songwriters ever.
I'm
Yes.
going bookends on favorite album, although Bridge Over Troubled Water is excellent. I'm going to go bookends.
Bookends for me, too.
When you're weary, feeling small,
I just got to close my eyes. I can hear I can hear Art Garfunkel.
like a bridge over trouble. No, like a bridge over Roger Waters.
Good stuff.
Beatles, yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're okay. No, I haven't heard that yet.
I have no interest in them.
Oh, that's interesting because I don't know. I kind of like that album.
Yeah.
Men Without Hats.
You can dance. Everybody look at your
If you
hands.
wanna.
I never understood that. Like,
No,
what do
it's
you
a
mean?
stupid-
Everybody look at your hands. What's that all about?
It's a stupid song.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
but they were fun.
Safety Dance. That's what it was called.
Jack's Tracks Records. Hey,
Hey,
Larry
Jack,
and
how are
Glenn.
you?
Not Rich, just me
And Rich, you got to
Glenn.
say hi to Rich too.
Hey, Jack, what's up, man?
Echoes, best Pink Floyd.
Jack's Track's got a great young guy. He's got a great channel.
I watched him. He's excellent. Tremendous.
Yeah.
Jack's Tracks Records. Everybody
Yeah,
subscribe
check him
to
out.
him.
Check out Jack's
We'll
Tracks.
have to come on our live chat sometime.
Really knowledgeable, really
He's
cool.
really-
Loves Rush.
He's awesome.
So he's like me.
We should have him on because he's
Yeah.
a ball of energy. He's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
People would love him. He's fantastic.
Yeah. Echoes, yes. Amazing song. I was listening to it earlier today, actually.
The Last Waltz. Oh, man. The best.
Hard to beat that.
Right
Yeah.
at the top of the list, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see the Beatles on your list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
who the hell's
What's going
Diamond
on
Head?
here?
So Diamond Head's better than the Beatles. I've never
And
even
so-
heard of them.
So
At
is
least I've heard
Motorhead
the
and Judas Priest. Whoa.
I've
But
heard of the
that's-
other bands.
but Glenn,
obviously PJ is a heavy metal fan.
but Glenn, you have to respect his choices.
I do. I totally respect them.
Absolutely.
Everybody's got their own opinion.
Hey,
Right.
like Paul Simon said, one man's ceiling is another man's floor.
Yep.
Watching widows on film.
It's so good.
That sounds like porn.
It's like a weird kind of movie. I mean, it's entertaining, but nothing to write home about.
I love Steve McQueen. Really cool about Toronto references in Ambulance Blues, yes. Good Canadian hard rock album was a debut by the Santers. I don't know that.
Mm-mm.
Glenn Rubber. Is he calling me Rubber Band? Is that? Did he just call me a name?
The band is. Isn't that your last name? It's Glenn Rubber Band from the basement. What's your new name?
Jeez.
Glenn Rubber
No,
Band from the
He's saying
basement.
the band Rubber Band. That's the name of the band.
Oh, Glenn, Rubber Band just don't do the Beatles as covers. They manage to mix the melody of the Beatles songs with Christmas melodies. It's hard to explain, but it's really good. Give it a listen. I will check it out. I promise.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have two special guests. on our live chat. Ringo and Paul. Look,
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Good to see you, boys.
Will they sign autographs, Larry?
Molly got this one for me. Or
She
she
got
gave
one for me too, Larry.
Yeah, well, yeah. We both have Paul. Yeah.
Abbey Road in the studio live would be awesome. Yeah, well, okay, so I have ancestors from Renfrew, Ontario. Where is that? Again, that is near Ottawa as well, right?
Is that-
Renfrew? Up that way? Pembroke, Renfrew, kind of. It's near the city of Ottawa, as far as I know. Understated McCartney solo song. We did a list of those. Remember the underrated
Yeah.
McCartney songs?
I think his most underrated is The Backseat of My Car.
It's one of my favorite ones,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's amazing.
I'm trying to think of one. I can't think off the top of my head.
Understated or underrated?
I think
Kind of
he's
the same.
underrated.
Kind of the
thing,
same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's tough. It's got so many.
I really like Junior's Farm and Hi Hi Hi. They didn't do that well. I mean, they were singles, but they didn't do that well.
Yeah.
Junior's Farm's a great song.
Yeah. Also, totally agree with Rich on Cat Stevens. Yeah, Masterpiece Records. Rich is totally right. I hear the remasters are really interesting. Sam St. John was mentioning that he re-recorded some of the songs or something.
I'd like to get both of those because I have the original copies, but the remix would be cool.
There's big box sets of them. Like you can pay bucks for. Yeah.
Right.
Happy birthday, Liam.
Happy birthday, Liam.
18th.
18 years old.
When I turned 18 in 1971, that summer in June, 2 weeks before I turned 18, the government lowered the drinking age from 21 to 18. It was almost like it was a personal birthday gift to me. It was awesome.
18. It's a long time ago.
My favorite song of all time is the Beatles' "A Day in the Life."
Hard to beat.
Ripple, the Grateful Dead.
Oh, that's right. Wow.
I'm going to go off the wall on this one. Jungle Land by Bruce Springsteen.
Wow, great song.
I don't know.
Rich, are you interested in getting that Springsteen? They just released the No Nukes thing. Are you interested?
I'm looking at it. Yeah, I probably will.
Me too. I haven't listened to Springsteen for a couple of years. I'm kind of off him for some reason. It's just I was a big fan. I just kind of sick of it a bit. But I loved that performance from No
I'm
Nukes.
like a completist with him, so I figured I have to get it because I have all the other stuff.
Oh, I had it in my hand yesterday. I'm going. It was $40 for the CDs and the Blu-ray concert, which they say looks phenomenal, like really good.
I gotta jump.
I don't know if he really rocked that performance. So
that was vintage. That was like prime stuff there.
Oh,
CDs or vinyl? Well, I prefer vinyl, but I've been into CDs for all these years, so I'm not going back to vinyl. It would be too expensive and whatever. But I do prefer vinyl over CD if I had to make a choice.
I love them both. I embrace both formats. I'm not one of these guys who go, if you like CDs, you can't like vinyl. If you like vinyl, you can't like CDs. I appreciate them both.
I like them both. I have so much invested in CDs because of the time we grew up in. It's just a product of our age. They changed when we were 30 years old. What are we going to do?
Did you guys also, when CDs came out, it's like you sold all your vinyl?
Yeah.
I put mine in the closet and recently drug it out when I started my channel about a year ago. So
cool.
Oh wow! So you were smart. You still have it.
I stuck with it. Yeah.
I sold about 1,500 records.
Oh my goodness.
1990, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regretful. Why are they regretful, Glenn?
Mr. Brossolini.
Hey all.
Hey all. Hey, regretful.
Yeah, and that is actually more an opera than just a
musical. Really like that.
I was surprised it worked so well.
It's right up your alley, Glenn, man.
I'll be into that.
But it's not opera music, Glenn.
Oh. When my nephews came over, my youngest nephew, Alex, who's like 12, 13 years old, he's into Hamilton. And I had Disney Plus, and he goes, "Have you ever seen Hamilton?" I'm going, "No." And he said, "Would you watch it with me?" And I'm thinking, "Oh, this is gonna just make me throw up in my mouth a little bit." But I watched it with it. It's actually quite good. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I haven't. I heard
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Same
Got to
to you,
go.
Pleasant Valley Picker CA. Thank you.
Have a good one.
I call him PvP.
There you go, Glenn. Yeah. Larry, so May We Start made the Academy Award shortlist for Best Song. Sparks can be an Oscar winners too. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow, they
soon.
did.
That'd be cool.
Yep.
Could happen.
Larry may go and get the Oscar for them on their behalf.
Well,
I saw Zappa in 1968 at Convocation Hall in Toronto with the original Mothers. That's the only time I've seen them.
Wow. Now, Glenn, quickly on Zappa, were the Turtle guys with him then, or was that later?
No, before. That was before Turtles.
Glenn
That was
doesn't
right
like
when-
the Turtle guys, but I do.
That was like when Absolutely Free was out.
I like the Turtle guys.
You're only
too.
it for the money. See, I don't like the Turtle guys stuff.
I
Okay.
do.
200 Motels is now out on a big box set, Larry. Are you
Yeah.
going to get it?
I don't care for that album as much.
Because there's all kinds of Flo and Eddie stuff on there on the 6 CD
I
set.
might get it.
I-
I'm not
I-
getting
I
the box
can't do
set
it.
though.
I don't like the comedy stuff too much because I can only listen to it. So it's not that I don't like it. It's just that it gets tedious after a while. I get bored with it. I want to hear the music.
Billy the Mountain.
It's like listening to a comedy album. You can listen to it like 5 times and it's funny. And after that, well, I've heard that.
I've heard some of the Moves music, but I've never had any of their albums.
Yeah,
I don't know them.
But well,
That's
Jeff
ELO,
Lynne was
right?
in the Move at one point.
Yeah,
ELO.
early ELO. I never heard them either much.
Mumbo number 5 is Glenn Kellaway from the Basement's favorite song.
That's McCartney, isn't it?
No,
Oh.
that's a pop song, I think. Mumbo number. Can we post music videos on Instagram? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think you can only post up to 30 seconds of anything on Instagram of a
Wow.
movie. Or
Got to wish Molly a Merry Christmas. Yes,
Merry Christmas, Molly.
she's not watching. Merry Christmas, Larry.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
PvP.
Heading out now.
Bye.
Bruce
care.
or Caitlyn Jenner?
Bruce.
Oh, that's
All
kind of. I'm going Caitlin.
right, there we go. Split vote.
I'm a supporter of transgenders. Rich, do you believe Rocket 88 is the first rock and roll song released?
That's like Turner, isn't it?
Boy, it's
I don't know. Is it?
it's one of the first. I don't. There's people when you say that they go, "No, it wasn't the first. It was this one." So you've got to be a real historian, but it was definitely one of them.
What year is that, Glenn? 55, 54?
Maybe earlier.
Maybe earlier?
52, 53,
I
somewhere. Yeah,
honestly don't know, Little Devil, so you got me on that one.
yeah. If you ever want a good read, is Sam Phillips' autobiography. I can't remember what it's called, but just look it up. It's an amazing book. All that history's in there.
Like a bridge over Roger Waters. See how many jokes get around?
David Gilmour will lay me down.
No, I know.
Why wasn't
No.
it because they're going to release it next year and make more
You're
money?
hoping, Glenn. I'm sending you all Christmas greetings to cheer myself up. Please excuse me, please.
Cool.
Cheer up,
Thanks,
Derek.
Derek.
Merry Christmas.
Cheer up, Derek.
No, I'm not
No.
into the
No,
heavy
I'm not
stuff.
into that stuff either. Jimmy Gamble's Barrel.
I'm too old, Jimmy.
But I like Motorhead.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Hmm.
Yep. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, probably.
I'm going to go on a limb on this one. Bad Santa.
And
Yeah,
and
that's
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Although that's
My-
Thanksgiving, I guess.
my wife and I watch Christmas Vacation together every Christmas Eve.
It's a good one.
Funny
Better
movie.
artist, Wildman Fisher or the Shags. Zappa did say the Shags are the best band ever. The thing about Wildman Fisher was he was seriously mentally ill. I started watching a documentary on him, and it was disturbing, right? because he was mentally ill. So I
I'm not
didn't
aware
even
of that.
watch it.
No, me
Was
neither.
was that something to do with Frank Zappa too, or did he
Yeah,
produce this?
Frank Zappa he made a record, An Evening with Wildman Fisher.
Oh wow,
I think Zappa might have produced it actually. Yeah,
huh?
it was
I'm not
like
aware
the
of
early
that.
'70s. Yeah,
How many
but I don't
albums?
mind the shade.
Is it
How
better
many
than
albums?
Beefheart?
Who?
Frank Zappa. How many albums did he record?
Uh,
About in his lifetime, about
about
70.
60 studio
I
ones.
think it was
I
like
know it's massive.
72.
It's so prolific.
I think it's around 72, and now since posthumously plus what he released when he's alive, it's up like 110 albums now. Or
I
something.
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
crazy.
any rock artist recorded as much as he did.
No,
Like
not
that
even
was
Well,
his
the
Neil
whole
Young.
life.
Grateful Dead with their live stuff, they
Yeah.
recorded all. They did over, I'd say, about 3,600 shows and recorded every one of them.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind the anthology coming out on Blu-ray if they kind of fixed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Larry, this is for you. Have you seen the concert movie Erg, A Music War? Lots of new wave bands, but has XTC doing respectable street and lots of other bands? No, I haven't seen. I've heard of them.
That's what else I got yesterday, Larry.
No
on
way.
vinyl.
It's XTC Black Sea.
Oh, what a great
What a
album!
great album.
You ever
and a
heard this
great
album,
band.
Rich?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's fantastic. You'd love it.
Yep.
XTC, huh?
Rocks.
Yep.
Yeah. The Black Sea, really good album. No problem. Backseat of my car is no longer becoming underrated anymore. I hear a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah, but when we say underrated, it's for the general public that knows Paul McCartney. They just know his radio. You know, they're
Right,
just fans of
radio.
the hits. And
Yeah.
Backseat of My Car wasn't on the radio, so
Yeah, it's a
not,
deep cut.
yeah, it's still. I think it's still underrated for being such a great song. Most underrated Lennon solo song
Wow.
would have to
Wow.
be Mother for me, because that's another one that's not like a.
Yeah,
Or God.
I don't know. It's hard to say because that album is so prolific. That first album is so
Anything off that
well
first
regarded.
album is a deep cut for me because they don't play
Yeah.
that stuff on the radio. I love
God. I would say God, the last song. Is
Yeah, that's a good one
very
too.
cool.
Yep.
Soily from Wings Over America album is pretty. Yeah, I love that. That's a great live album. No, I don't think anybody should have a Christmas album.
You know what? The image I got was like the Who's Next cover, but they're urinating on a snowman, or
Yeah, well, that'd be funny.
the Who's Christmas album.
Don't eat the yellow snow.
I like it.
Larry, can you speak on how A Hard Road is your favorite Sabbath song? Recently, we listened to Never Say Die Again. I still think that record is one of their best. Yeah, I think at the time when I was ranking all of the Black Sabbath songs, just Never Say Die, I used to think was just a mediocre album. But now I think it's very underrated. And that song, A Hard Road, I just love so much. I don't think now I'd have it at number one, but it's still an awesome song. Yeah, No Words. I love that.
No Words is great off of Band on the Run, yeah.
Got to get back to work. Have a great day,
Gene.
guys. Thank you, pal.
Sucks
and
to have
thank you
to
for
work.
all of the awesome CDs.
You got three retired guys sitting here.
Yeah,
prices are definitely worth it. Keep on the Peace Train, guys. Yeah, I would like to get those sets too.
I have to get those.
No Nuke Show is great. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Happy Crispy mollusks.
Mollusks.
We're mollusks.
That's cool. I can
Air. No, Air.
I have a large collection, 500 plus, and I always tell folks I got into vinyl for the expense and the inconvenience. That's good.
Glenn, it says here before I show you, it says, Larry, please have Glenn read this out loud. Okay, are you ready?
It's got something. Sparks is the greatest band of all time, and I am a real hoser forever thinking otherwise. Also, San Dimas High School football rules.
Wow.
Wow. There I said it. Sparks is the greatest band of all time.
Hmm.
I even sold my Beatles albums.
Wow. Heavy.
Yeah. I've heard some John Cale. I loved him in the Velvet Underground. I would be interested in hearing more of his solo stuff for sure.
If John Cale is J.J. Cale's first name, then I like him.
No, it's not J.J. Cale.
Okay.
Different cat.
Probably because they were more what you would expect him to do, right?
They wanted to do deeper cuts.
Yeah.
And although they did different drum on that album, which is probably most familiar song, and also I get the feeling they recorded much more than they released, and would not shock me if we see Volume 2.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Cool.
73. Oh yeah, what a tour to see Apostrophe. That would have been great. Oh, with the Turtle guys.
With the Turtle
they were
guys.
the guys.
No, I've never seen that movie.
I've seen McVicker. It's a great movie. Roger Daltrey plays
Daltrey is a very
convict.
good actor.
Really good movie.
From what I've seen.
Really good movie. And the soundtrack is good. Golden Earrings. I don't know any Golden Earrings stuff except for what was on the radio.
Right.
But I hear they're a great band. I've just never listened.
Yeah. Christmas. Yep. The Monkees.
Yay.
Yes.
Your favorite Goodfellas scene.
Oh,
there you go, Larry.
It would have to be the "You think I'm funny, funny how." That's
yeah. And that was
when
they shot the waiter in the foot. That whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when they're having dinner at the mother's and they go out in the trunk and they.
Yeah, it started like what a great opening, right? It's like because it's such a shock, right? Imagine I never saw it in the theater, but imagine when it first came out and you got your popcorn, right? Blood everywhere.
Also, that scene where they're introducing everybody, Johnny Two Eyes and Bill.
Oh yeah, that's.
They go around the bar and everybody's like chilling.
Yeah,
great scene.
I'm not a glam rock guy.
I do think that Sweet. I think they were actually a pretty good band, like later on. But besides that, T-Rex. I like T-Rex too. And I think Gary Glitter is in jail where he belongs. Right, Glenn?
I thought he died.
Yes.
Maybe I'm
wrong.
wrong.
No, he's still alive.
Didn't he child porn or something? Was he involved?
Was that? Yeah.
Merry birthday, Liam. Yes, happy birthday, Larry or Liam.
Liam. Yep.
Boring. I'm just joking, Glenn.
Glenn, what's your one word?
There's humor on this live chat.
That's a tough one.
No,
I got a word. I got a word.
5 words.
Soothing. No, one word. Soothing.
No, 5 words, Glenn.
They soothe my soul, Larry. 5 words.
By the Kiefer Livingston
Bye, Kiefer.
Show.
You've been great. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Take care.
Yeah, that's a nice
song. Son. That's pretty good. Do you know how to say I'm sorry in Japanese, Larry?
No.
Wasimasen.
That's
right there.
There you go.
That's why it's I'm sorry in brackets.
The mess is way underrated. And Red Rose Speedway is way underrated. It's so awesome.
The Mess. What's The Mess?
It's a live track that's on the expanded Red Rose Speedway.
I have that. Not.
I'm pretty sure.
Didn't click with me.
I feel I need to apologize for coveting your various musical collections. Lost mine years ago and finally slowly rebuilding great trio to listen to.
Well, Jason, I has sold off my record collection twice. I'm now on my third time collecting vinyl, so don't apologize.
Yeah.
I'm dumber than you. There's always one person dumber than you, and it's me.
Wow. There's a statement there.
Zeppelin live. You know what? They were sloppy live.
You're sloppy sometimes.
And
they had good shows and not so good shows.
I saw them early on. They were amazing. And but I've seen worse bands live. That's for sure.
I don't know. I can't think of any.
Me neither.
I think the problem with Zeppelin live is I think they could. I said this once on the Steve Hoffman forums, and everybody slammed me. It would have been interesting if they had a second guitarist with them. So John Paul Jones, I don't know, could concentrate on the bass or keyboards, or have another bass player. They just needed something more when they were doing live. Like, I mean, the stuff that Page was doing in the studio, they couldn't. That's pretty hard to reproduce.
It is, yeah.
Turkey.
I forget.
Gluten-free pizza.
We're having turkey also. We were going to have lasagna, and we got invited for turkey, so that's our plan.
Yeah, we got the turkey in the freezer. Yes, Junior Farm.
It is. It was a bit of a hit, but it's not that well known.
I'll bet you that song never made it past the top 30.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm not a fan of rap or hip hop for the most
part. Out of my element.
There is
I am a fan of Snoop Dogg's, though, not like just because he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
He's the only one I can tell.
Occasionally, he's high.
Like constantly.
Yeah.
I do like some Eminem stuff too, believe it or not.
Yeah,
Eminem
a bit of that. Yeah.
Snoop Dogg's song "Gin and Juice."
Love it. Fantastic.
There's a band. Have you heard that band from the South that does a version of it, like a country kind of a? I can't think of the names of the Gourds. They're called.
Really?
Gourds. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure the Gourds doing Gin and Juice. It is incredible.
Huh. Interesting.
Best rock record of the year, other than Stephen Wilson, is "Sympathy for Life." Rock records. Did I buy any rock records this year? If I can just include pop music, my record of the year was Dolan's "Does Nesmith," sings Nesmith, and I'm loving the Robert Plant, Alison Krauss album.
What about that Mike Campbell band? What you like that too?
Oh yeah, well that came out 2 years ago.
Oh, that was
Dirty
2 years.
Knobs.
Okay,
Yeah.
30 Knobs.
Great album.
Thank you, Michael. Merry Christmas and
Thanks,
Happy New Year
Michael.
to you.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year.
Glenn didn't like Lou Reed's Berlin, but I love it.
No. You a Lou Reed fan, Rich?
I like some of Lou Reed. I don't know his whole catalog, but 3 or 4 albums of his I do have, and I think they're good.
Larry doesn't always say something funny, but his demeanor itself is hysterical sometimes.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, if he doesn't say anything, you just
have to sit here and people
just look at him and you laugh.
Natural comedian. Yep.
I never said McCartney won. Junk.
Yeah, that is a nice song. The one song of Paul's, and he did it with the Beatles too. I didn't think it was a very good song. Was Teddy Boy?
Yeah.
It just never worked.
No.
There wasn't anything to it,
No.
Teddy Boy. Yeah. I think Paul was singing it at one point, and John's there, and you can kind of tell like he's not.
Oh yeah. Not another Paul song.
More granny crap.
More granny crap. Yes, I love Big Mama Thornton.
I've heard it. Yep.
They just released on Record Store Day. They have released a live Big Mama Thornton album called "Sassy Mama," and I can't find it. I'm so pissed, and it's dying to find it. I love Big Mama Thornton. Great.
Yeah.
And then he kissed me scene
where the camera keeps going through the club, the restaurant and the club. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Favorite movie soundtracks?
Jaws.
Jaws. Jaws is pretty cool, man. I'll tell you, when that music came and before the shark was gonna come up, you just knew the shark was coming.
It's
Like
a nice
that
build
music.
up. Very good.
Oh, it
It's
was
like
huge.
Psycho's another one where you got that knife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw Jaws when it came out, like the first day it came out the show. I was afraid to have a bath for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did John Lennon not marry someone who looked like Bridget
Because he
Bardot?
married someone he loved rather
Yeah.
than someone for
It's
looks.
Oh,
Not that
and
Yoko's ugly. I'm not saying that
no,
because
she's
she's
not.
a
She wasn't
beautiful woman. But
Yeah.
you don't marry.
Yeah.
If you're marrying for shallow reasons, you're not going to be married for long.
Yeah. I'm
Words
sure
of
John
wisdom.
had his had a bunch of women in the 60s, right? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and I'm sure Yoko challenged him
Yeah.
artistically and
Yeah.
intellectually.
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah, love the Day
I like
Part
them.
5. Thanks for the stream. Jumping
Thank
over to
you,
Crash Thompson's
Kiefer
Worst of the Year
Livingston
list.
Show. Merry
Thanks,
Christmas.
Kiefer.
Take care.
Artificial intelligence. Did you see the amazing live show?
Who's Vazio?
Who's Vazio? I have the song Remains the Same on Blu-ray, I think.
Yeah.
Glenn, are you going to be on Patreon?
You know what, Larry? I went and signed up for Patreon, and I don't have a clue how to work it. I am just so useless.
I'm shocked, Glenn.
Oh, I've got it half set up, and I'm just going, I don't know what the hell they want me to do next.
Got to run, gang. Thank you, Jeff.
See you, Jeff.
Merry
Jeff,
Christmas.
thank
to
you so
and a
much,
Happy
Jeff.
New Year.
Don't worry, Jeff. We'll be on your door at Christmas Eve,
Yeah,
knocking on the
we're
door.
invited over.
Yeah, Larry and I are heading out tomorrow.
Can you imagine we show up at his door?
Yeah.
McCartney
Janet
3.
Sampson, Rich, is Bob, so you know. And
Yeah, don't
Bob,
be
I love
confused.
McCartney 3.
Yep.
It had its first anniversary a couple days ago.
Which one is the better movie, Head, The Monkees, or Yellow Submarine? I think I like Head more.
I think I do too.
Yeah.
Neither.
Neither. Yes.
There's Vazio.
Yep.
Do you like Spirit? Yeah, love Spirit.
Yeah, good
12
band.
Dreams, Dr. Sardonicus. Great album.
Yep. Yeah, Every Night.
Every night.
Every
like
Night's
that.
a great song off of McCartney 1. Yeah. Yeah, many times. First one I saw the Allman Brothers in Buffalo. First time I went across. And other than that,
I think they're asking about now, though.
oh, across to see a
Yeah.
concert. Oh, really? Oh, I just thought they said it meant any time. No, but I'm crossing the border soon. I'm going to Florida in January. So
Roger Daltrey dies in the lake. Well, great. Now I'm
yeah,
I'm not going to watch The Legacy now.
no.
May Pang. Yeah, Mike Smith was great.
Yeah. Dave Clark is a fraud. Why? He was a drummer.
Rich and Glenn, top 3 guitarists of all time. Who
Oh,
shreds the
wow.
most?
I'm going to go. Let me write them down so I know. Number. Oh, well. Glenn, go ahead.
Well, if we're talking rock guitarists, Jerry Garcia, Dwayne Allman, Jimi Hendrix.
I'm going Hendrix, Terry Kath, Joe Walsh.
Oh, all 3 great ones too. Maybe he meant Bonzo.
I know.
I don't know who Vazio is, but
That makes us sad.
I'll tell you, I saw Led Zeppelin like early on when Zeppelin 2 came out in 1969, and I absolutely freaking loved it. I still remember every second of it. It was great.
Wow. Great show. Turtle.
Yeah, the Turtles were a great band.
I
They had
like
a lot
them.
of hits.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
heard of
Ween.
them.
Doesn't
People have
Ween
told
has
me
some new albums out now? Because I was at the record store yesterday, and my buddy said he's getting a bunch of Ween stuff in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Glenn, I think it's almost time for us to go.
Your shoulders getting sore, Larry?
I'm always sore, Glenn.
Okay. You want me to come over and
That's
rub
why
some
I
of that?
drink for a living.
Oh, you want me to come over and rub some of that ointment in, or you're okay?
I'm okay, Glenn.
All right.
You don't need it that bad.
Just, yeah.
So once again, Glenn, tell us about your channel. And I hope people subscribe to both channels. I have the link in the description.
Okay, so let me say, my goal is 1,000 subscribers. I just thought if a loser like me sitting in his basement talking about music could get 1,000 subscribers, that would be incredible. I'm at 909, I think, when we started this video. So please, 91 people, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, tell everybody to subscribe to Glenn Calloway from the basement and get me over the 1,000 mark. My channel is basically just discussing any kind of music that I feel like listening to that day, from bluegrass to jazz to rock to world music. I'll listen to anything, and I love interacting and sharing passion with everyone. And yeah, that's it. And I also do a thing with Rich Strickler called Sports Beat every Friday. So with that, without further ado, I'll pass it down to Rich, and please subscribe to his channel. He's amazing.
Thank you, Glenn, and thank you, Larry, for having me on. I have a paltry channel right now. I'm sitting at 290 subscribers. Worked hard to get there, but I tend to make longer videos, 45 minutes to an hour. A lot of collaborations, a lot of rankings and lists, mainly classic rock, a lot of movie stuff, and sports with Glenn. So if you like that kind of content, be glad to have you subscribe, and hope you enjoy the product. Thank you.
Okay. So we're just saying goodbye to everybody here. Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. If we don't,
yeah,
see everybody before
Merry Christmas.
It's only 2
Everybody
days
out
away.
there.
Christoph, he's one of my Patreons too, and he's a member, Glenn.
Very cool.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Merry Christmas to you all. I love all of your content. Rock and roll. Already
Rock and roll,
subscribed.
yes.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Kramer.
Merry Christmas, PJ.
Done, and thank you.
Thank you,
Blessings
Pookie.
from Sweden. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Merry Christmas,
Thank
everyone.
you, Michael.
Really.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for hanging in with us,
And
doing these
Pookie.
things.
Pookie.
And I think that's about it.
Merry Christmas, Velvet
Merry
Head.
Christmas.
I never thought in my whole life I'd ever say Merry Christmas, Velvet Head. It just
You
never
just
thought.
said it.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Velvet Head 75. Merry Christmas, Janet Sampson, better known as Bob.
Bob.
So, yeah, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Rich. Have a good holiday, and
Thank you
we'll
very
do
much.
this
Take care.
again. Rich, you're going to be invited on again. I
I'd
apologize.
love to come on. Hopefully Sam can make it, or Robert. I love all those guys. They're all friends of mine.
Yeah.
So appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Glenn, for hooking me up, and Larry.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you.